The origin of the modern world's heaviest, softest lap cat started with a traffic accident. A white Persian-type cat named Josephine was hit by a car in California in the 1960s and miraculously survived. After her recovery, the kittens she birthed carried a highly unusual biological quirk. Whenever a human picked them up, they would immediately drop all of their muscle tension, going limp in the hands like a physical doll. A local breeder named Ann Baker noticed this zero-resistance reflex and realized she had stumbled onto a highly marketable feline blueprint. Rather than submitting her new cats to traditional registries for recognition, Baker took a strict corporate route. In 1971, she trademarked the name Ragdoll, establishing a tight franchise model where anyone who wanted to breed the cats had to sign a contract and pay her royalties. This business maneuver turned the Ragdoll into a rigidly controlled commercial monopoly.
Unlike breeds that adapted to their environments over centuries, the Ragdoll is an engineered product of strict genetic isolation. That level of early genetic isolation often leads to a fragile bloodline, but a cat named Frankenlouis proved otherwise. He was born with a rare medical condition called Diprosopus, which resulted in 2 faces, 3 eyes, and 2 functioning mouths. Medically, animals born with this severe deformity are expected to survive for only a few days. Frankenlouis shattered the medical expectations. He lived an otherwise healthy life until the age of 15, officially entering the Guinness World Records in 2012 for extreme longevity. Despite being an actively engineered, trademarked breed, the core genetic foundation of the Ragdoll proved to be remarkably durable. That durable DNA also houses an intricate mechanism for physical appearance. Every single Ragdoll kitten is born completely white due to a genetic trait known as temperature-sensitive albinism.
As this thermal diagram shows, the kittens possess an enzyme called tyrosinase that creates pigment, but that enzyme is entirely suppressed by the high heat of the mother's womb. After the kitten is born and its extremities experience a drop in temperature, the enzyme activates, painting those specific areas with dark fur. This exact same color point mutation governs their most uncompromising standard. To be considered a purebred traditional Ragdoll, the cat must possess pure, vivid blue eyes. And they have a massive frame to match that stare. A male can reach up to 20 pounds, supported by a painstakingly slow bone and muscle growth cycle that takes 4 full years to finish. Their iconic exterior relies entirely on a slow-maturing biological reaction to the specific temperature of their environment. Despite their heavy mass, Ragdolls lack a crucial anatomical layer, the dense undercoat. Skipping this layer gives their fur a rabbit-like softness and severely reduces heavy shedding and matting. But their strangest trait is psychological. Ragdolls actively reject typical feline independence, replacing it with canine behaviors. They are commonly called puppy cats because they eagerly play fetch and will relentlessly track their owners from room to room. They even sound different, trading loud, aggressive yowls for soft chirps and trills. Combine that with a bizarre psychological obsession with sitting next to running sinks and showers, and their behavior profile is complete. They essentially house a deeply dependent, attention-seeking psychology inside an intimidatingly large frame. That extreme docility comes with a severe cost. Decades of selective breeding for friendliness have effectively erased their natural self-preservation instincts. If attacked by a predator, a stray animal, or faced with oncoming traffic, their defining reflex is simply to go limp. They offer almost zero physical resistance. Because they are utterly unequipped to handle the threats of the outside world, a strict 100% indoor lifestyle is a mandatory requirement to keep them alive. Their sheltered lifestyle protects them from external threats, but they face severe dangers inside their own biology. The breed carries a high genetic vulnerability to hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, or HCM. Looking at this model, you can see the R820W mutation's mechanics. The heart's left ventricular wall rapidly thickens, obstructing blood flow. To prevent this, responsible breeders run mandatory DNA tests to completely eradicate the anomalous sequence from their mating pools. Their quiet nature also feeds a dangerous myth that Ragdolls don't feel physical pain. They experience pain exactly like any other cat, but their extreme psychological stoicism causes them to mask their suffering.
Their incredibly serene, relaxed exterior actually hides complex medical and physiological vulnerabilities that demand intense daily vigilance from their owners. The breed's final aesthetic is defined by strict geometry, categorized into 3 specific pigment distributions: the white pod mitted, the sharp V mask of the bicolor, and the solid dark color point. You see the absolute contrast when you place them next to another giant, the Maine Coon. Where the Maine Coon maintains the fierce, independent hunting instincts of a wild survivor, the Ragdoll relies entirely on the safety provided by its owner. They traded the wild for human devotion, resulting in a colossal, sapphire-eyed masterpiece of domestic engineering.